This is my review of the Rwby official manga, Chapter 9, and I am just so freaking happy here. They included the food fight. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. I get the food fight isn't some big important scene in the series, but for a lot of fans, it's a personal favorite, including mine. I mean, it was just so hilarious, so amazing, and just so awesome. I loved it in the main series. I loved it here. I mean, seriously, look at this freaking thing. They somehow managed to one-up what we saw in the actual series. Pyrrha is using a pizza as a shield. I think she's using a stalk of celery as a sword. What the freak is Rwby even wielding? That's like a giant slab of meat. What the freak creature did she pull that thing off of? Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. This was just... like I said, this is not a critically important scene to the series. The series doesn't change, you take it out too much, but it's just a favorite of so many people, and I'm just so glad they put it in. From the beginning, this manga has felt like a love letter to longtime fans of the series, saying, hey, we get you, we get what you love about it, and we're going to make that even better here. And including the food fight, just... thank you. Everyone who's ever worked on this series, the manga, thank you so much for including this. I love you all. Alright, so let's get into the rest of it. I just honestly love what they did with Blake in this chapter as well. It starts off with Osmond questioning her, asking if there's anything that she needs to talk about, anything she wants to get off her plate. If there's anything she's been grappling with, anything she needs just to talk about to help sort it out. And she says no, but she is still dealing with what Torchwick said. This is the true nature of all the faunus. I just love that. In the main series, she was angry at the White Fang for what they were doing, for destroying the good name of the faunus, whatever good name they might have. A lot of people do not like them. But just for inspiring fear and hate, and for just doing more bad than good. But here, she is really questioning what it means to be a faunus, if there is anything that she should take pride in, if being a faunus is even a good thing. She's questioning the very nature of her people, and it is just... I love it. I absolutely love it here. Plus, in the rest of it, I mean, main series, this whole 2 episodes was basically Blake just, and honestly, a lot of Blake is just her pouting, her being in a mood, her being just sullen and not talking to anybody. And that's not what we got here. I mean, she was distracted, yes, they could tell she was upset, but she still was able to smile. She still said, what's wrong with a little fun? She wasn't the sullen introvert she's been in just way too many scenes. I mean, I like Blake, yes, but we get a very limited amount of Rwby every week, and too much of it has been spent on Blake just sulking. Here, yeah, she can still sulk, but she isn't just out of the scene. She's still contributing. She's still interacting with the rest of the people, and it's just such an improvement for her, and I just absolutely love it. So we spent all night creating an activity planner for all the fun things they can do today. All sorts of fun bonding activity for all of them to do together. Meanwhile, Nora and Yang are having a competition where they're trying to throw food in each other's mouth, which, of course, leads to Weiss getting a pie in the face, because what else would you expect to happen? I mean, honestly. So Weiss declares she's going to act revenge upon the fools, and then she gets a swordfish. And even Rwby has to ask, where did you get a swordfish? I mean, this wasn't really covered in the main series, but yes, Weiss just automatically picks up a swordfish. And you have to ask, why is there a full swordfish just lying around the cafeteria? I feel at the very least it would have to be in the freezer or something. And Nora has a watermelon weapon, and then we have the whole food fight between them. It's just, I just love they included it. And we don't get, Rwby's whole finishing move where she moves at light speed to knock everyone out, but yeah, that's probably for the best. I'm not sure how well it would translate here. And what's more, this is a skill she really hasn't used since. I mean, yes, I love that scene when Rwby's just flying through the air at the cafeteria, like, literally moving at the speed of light. It's awesome, it's badass, the music is playing Red Like Rose. It's just one of my favorite scenes in the entire series. One of my favorite parts of the food fight, which is one of my favorite scenes in the entire series. But it's a skill she doesn't really use ever again, and so it's probably best they don't include it now if they don't, plan on using it down the road. We then switch over to Ozpin and Glinda, and Glinda's a little irked that Headmaster Ironwood brought an entire military fleet, which, makes sense. That does inspire a little bit of fear on the people. Like, why is there a fleet coming here? Is there planning for war? Is there something going on? Is he going to attack us? But his motivation is interesting. He says the White Fang and its sympathizers are on the move. In the main series, that was not his, primary fear here. He did it because he was afraid of the true enemies and the moves they were making. This is interesting. I'm curious if they're going to have it so he doesn't actually know about the true enemies, or if he doesn't realize they're working together. I'm curious. Very curious. I would ask a very deep question. Are you prepared to send your students to fight on the battlefield? And Ozpin's reply is just, I absolutely love it. Yes, of course, they will grow into adults over time and stand on the battlefield as guardians. That is their mission. I will be putting those precious students of mine in harm's way someday. So it's my duty to train them as to be the best huntsmen they can be. And for that reason, for now at least, they get to enjoy being the children they are. I mean, god damn it. I said before the food fight wasn't really important to the series, but it actually is. I mean, this is arguably the last time these kids are going to be able to enjoy their lives without the weight of the world on them. They will never be this carefree again, and just this food fight is a great way of showing that. It's their last hurrah as kids, and it's just such an amazing scene. I absolutely love it. Anyway, then we meet Neptune, who's a little annoyed that Sun went without him, with Sun saying he's not about that team spirits. Which is interesting, because I'm pretty sure you're the team leader. I might be wrong about that, but I'm almost certain Sun is the team leader here, so yeah. I kind of feel like you should be leading your team a little more, at very least being more of a partner of it. I mean, even Weiss was more of a team player than you are. And, oh my god, speaking of Weiss, I absolutely love this. Don't croak on me, Weiss. How dare you? I shall have revenge for Weiss. Oh my god, just Rwby holding Weiss in her arms after he's been knocked out. That is just... I mean, that's fairly similar to what we got in the main series, and I know the White Rose shippers have been holding on to that as their basically only spark of hope that White Rose will happen someday. I mean, White Rose all the way. But this is probably one of the best scenes we got between them, and that tells you a little sad, but I'm just glad they included it as well. Anyway, then Glinda shows up, stops the fight, and cleans everything up in about 3 seconds, just further proving how awesome and badass she is. So then they're back in their rooms talking about the whole fight that happened. Weiss blames Yang, and they're all just laughing back and forth. And Rwby says, well, it wasn't exactly what I planned, but now we're all fired up and ready for the next stage. And Blake's like, wait, what next stage? And they're like, well, duh, we're going after the White Fang, of course. I mean, we can tell, even though you've been hiding it really well, I mean, way better than the main series, that you're really upset about this, and we're going to go stop them. Of course, Blake is like, no, we can't do that. She's like, we can't do that. If I take the law in my own hands, I'm just causing more trouble for you. I can never get you guys involved, and... I just love that Weiss is the one who stands up for her here. Frankly, I'm insulted. Your problem isn't just your own problem to handle. We're a team after all, which... Honestly, the relationship between Blake and Weiss in this series has just been so much better than the main series. Oh my god, just... Weiss is constantly encouraging her, telling her it's going to be okay, standing up for her, and it's just so great. It's something I just so wish we got more in the main series. So they agree to do it. They're all going to work together and save the day. And of course, Sun and Neptune are sitting in their window after breaking into their room on the 3rd story, because of course they did. There's some interesting flirting between Neptune and Weiss, which I like. I mean, I don't really ship them together at all, but they're both fairly phony in a way. They both put on airs to hide who they are, to act more sophisticated, more cool, more impressive than they really are. And I think that makes them interesting as a duo together. Kind of wish we got more time between them. I thought that'd be fun. So now they have all their jobs. Yang and Neptune are going to go to her friend's place because he knows all the dirt in town, which, oh my god, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be funny. Blake and Sun are going to try and infiltrate the White Fang by signing up to become members, which no way that could backfire on you. And Rwby and Weiss are going to go to the CCT towers to find any information they can on smuggling, though, of course, Weiss wants to team up with Neptune. But Rwby just takes it off. Nah. So we got a nice outfit change for the girls, and it's time to get the operation started. And it was just such a good chapter. I mean, they were able to, get the food fight, the interview with Ozpin, Ironwood showing up, and their plan to start investigating the White Fang all into one chapter, and it just felt like it flowed so smoothly between the points. I just really loved it. I love they include the food fight. I said that already, but I'm just so glad they did. It was such a great metaphor, and them still being kids, maybe for the last time before the way of the world really crushes them. And Blake was so improved here. I mean, she was so just grim in this entire volume of the main series, but here, even when she's depressed, even when she's questioning her species, their role, whether she's done anything good in her life, she's still able to smile, she's still able to communicate with her team and not just walk away annoyed the whole time, which is such an improvement, and it just makes her so much more likable. So let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. Are you glad they included the food fights? I certainly am. Be sure to like, subscribe, and next chapter is August 27th. So until then, peace.